My name is Gonzalez. I played for Australia for about 6 years. I was with Andy in the 2004 games, I played in the 2000 games, but I also played professionally for 13 years. So I represented the San Diego Padres organization to AAA, Chicago White Sox to AA. I played in Japan at the major league level with Ichiro Suzuki, and I played 2 years in Taiwan and a year in Italy. So a lot of baseball knowledge, and I guess what Andy's asked me to come and do is come out and help pass on, maybe reinforce what he's teaching, but maybe talk to you guys on certain different levels that maybe you guys haven't touched base on. So obviously you guys, the Academy, you're the elite players of Queensland baseball, so congratulations first of all on that. I think you guys should take an honor in that. It is an honor because I know how competitive it is at the elite levels. So that shows you guys have done the hard work and the due diligence to be here today. I like this program because 2 reasons. One, it's a great lead up until the Academy. How many guys are going to the Academy from this program? Okay, guys, I've actually competed in the Academy. Before we went to 2000, Andy and I both competed in the Academy. So, and I'll tell you right now, if you have aspirations of playing college or professional baseball, it will give you a small taste of what it's like, except you're going to be in paradise, okay? So it's almost like going to big league spring training, not minor league spring training, if you know what I mean, which most of you wouldn't. But the workload is what you're going to endure. The mental side is what you're going to endure. And then that competition of being in a bigger arena with more talent, because all of a sudden you're sitting in the national talent pool, not just your state pool. So it gives you a chance to see, where do I stand at the national level? And remember, guys, this is only Australia. It goes to another level once you do sign your contract. Okay? But you know what? The one thing I've noticed, because I've played all over the world, one thing the Australians have is that Aussie battler attitude. Don't lose that. Okay? Don't lose that. That's your edge. You play hard, you run out to your position, okay, and have fun. And that's really the key to success. When I see a guy out there busting his tail and having fun, that's all we can ask for. All right? The guy that's throwing helmets and pouting after a strikeout, don't need that. Trust me. How many at-bats do you think you get in professional baseball? Somebody have a guess.
200.
In one season. One season. How many at-bats would you get?
Oh, over 200.
You get about 500 ABs in the big leagues. Okay? So if you have the mindset, oh, I'm 0 for 4, and you start breaking things, how many more at-bats do you have left in the season? Okay? Think about that. All right? What I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm going to fine-tune you a little bit with the skills, because Andy's been working with you, so I know all you guys have got a good foundation to work from. But I'm going to start talking about other things. I'm going to talk to you about hitting counts. Let me ask a question. Give me a good hitting count. And what else?
2-1.
2-1. 2-1 is a great hitting count. Why? Because he doesn't want to go 3-1. Now, what I can't stand, guy gets in a hitting count and he's late and he fouls the ball off. Why should you be late if you know it's a hitting count? When you're taking BP, you know Andy's throwing, what do you know? He's there to throw you strikes. In a 2-1 count, he has to throw you a strike. You have to be loaded and you have to be ready to hit, because he has to throw you a strike. Why sit there and be too fine and now you're 2-2. Now you got to go back into your defensive swing instead of your offensive approach. Working into counts. Utz and I played with the best hitter in Australia, David Nielsen. He had a knack for finding himself and putting himself in good hitting counts. And guess what? He was always ready to hit in those hitting counts. Okay? And then when he got 2 strikes, he knew how to battle. Okay? So there's 2 mindsets. There's, I'm in a hitting count, and I'm in a count where I just need to battle. And in the battle situation, you're still going to load, but what you're going to do is you're going to think about staying in the middle of the diamond the other way, and that way you give yourself a best chance to hit in those situations. You're not going to be overly aggressive, but you're going to be ready to hit with a game plan. Okay, so what we're going to talk to you guys is game plans, and we're going to talk to you about recognizing hitting positions, and then we'll evolve into hitting with runners in scoring position. Because one thing I do see from the Bandits all the way down, for some reason, as soon as a guy gets on third and 1 out or less, everybody's ass gets about that tight and they can't drive in the run. And trust me, I'm not talking about this age group. I'm talking about even the guys in the Bandits and in the ABL. Okay, the guys that make the most money in the game, when they get runners in scoring position, they find a way to drive that run in. Okay? You cannot survive in the game unless you can drive runners in and do the little things, move guys in as well, move guys over. Those are, so we'll talk to you about that. You're about to start on tee drill, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get one guinea pig. Who's the best hitter in the group? You know what? You should all raise your hand.
Good see, he's in ball, he just put his hand.
Okay, you did. Well done, mate. You know the secret to hitting is believing you're a good hitter. That's really it. You guys work your tails off. How many guys would take 100 swings a day or 100 a week? Okay? Exactly right. Now what your mindset has to be is, I've done the work to be a good hitter. When you step on the field, you're the best hitter on the field, in your mind. You have to be. My disadvantage when I got to the elite level, and all of a sudden you have to face a guy like CC Sabathia or Pedro Martinez, you start thinking, what am I doing here? That's when you don't belong. When you see CC Sabathia or Pedro Martinez, you go, sweet, Pedro's on the bump. I'm gonna get mine knocked today. That's the attitude. You may not, but you have to have that attitude. Does that make sense? I see you guys do it all the time. My son's 11. I see him all the time. They'll go, oh, that's that state kid. He throws like 85. He's tough. That's the guy you go, you know what? Bring the 85 on. I want to face him. He needs to know who I am. That's the attitude you take, okay? It's not being cocky, it's being confident, okay? There's a difference. Cocky's walking around like, yeah, I'm the man, and then you punch out 3 times, and then you're... Now, cocky is like, you know what? Hey guys, I'm gonna get him. Have you ever seen Albert Pujols? Heard him speak? One of the things he said, I heard him in a speech, he said, you got me out 3 times in a row, the next guy was in trouble. Is that cocky? No. That's someone that's confident in the work that he does and how hard he works to be successful. There's a difference, okay? So, let's start on the tee. And why do I believe in the tee? How many guys have heard of Tony Gwynn? Hall of Fame player. I played with Tony every day. He hit off the tee. You know why? Because the tee won't lie to you. All right? We'll show you some drills and we'll show you what you need to see with your tee work to show that you're doing it right. And Andy and I talked about this. On a tee, the ball's not moving. If I can square up the ball and I can get that rotation that Andy talks about with backspin and we cover the whole field from the shortstop to the second baseman, that means my hands are firing right to the baseball. Does that make sense? If I'm hitting a lot of ground balls and a lot of fly balls, my hands aren't firing right. That means I'm getting under the ball, or I've released too soon, I'm getting on top of the ball. If I'm squaring up and I'm using my lower half, I'm gonna get that nice, clean trajectory of the ball, and then I have my release. If I can do that 8 out of 10 times, my hands are firing right. Now it comes down to pitch selection and timing. But if my hands aren't firing right, it doesn't matter if your timing is right, because you're not getting your hands to the ball the right way. So what we're trying to do is, let's learn to get your hands to the ball right consistently. So when we work off the tee, we want to see that trajectory. So when Andy's throwing, it becomes an automatic fire, bam, and all it is timing and pitch selection. And then your ratio for success goes higher, okay? Remember, it's the only game where you can fail 70% of the time and be successful. So we need to be as consistent as we can on the tee, on our front toss, soft toss, to take that into a game. Okay. All right, so let's break into the tee. And where's my best hitter? Righty or lefty? Right. All right. Well, see, I'm disappointed. How many left-handed hitters do we have? You gotta raise your hand first. All right, you guys just back up around here, just around him. We'll go ahead and get around and put some pressure on him. You're gonna hit to the field. So I need a feeder. Yep.
No, I'll get feed.